Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Father's Day,
Thank
Chris
you.
and Mustafa.
Thank you.
So let's start with, is this against the law, this tax?
I can't find anything that would indicate to me that a city or a state or the United States can't pass a law specifically taxing these sugary drinks. It is no different than passing a law directed at cigarettes or directed at gasoline or any law directed at any particular product. I can't find any law that says that would be illegal. These drinks cause direct links to obesity, type 2 diabetes, and plenty of other health concerns that are caused by consumption of these drinks that we know that's caused by. And that's why cities and other governmental entities are looking at taxing these drinks specifically for the same reasons that they instituted the very high taxes on cigarettes. And I don't see any difference in that, Mustafa, to me. Now, certainly the drink industry, which makes billions and billions of dollars a year selling these drinks, is going to fight it, but that doesn't make it right.
Yeah, nearly 70% of Americans are either overweight or obese at the cost.
I resemble that remark.
Nearly every 70 pounds. Look, I mean, the healthcare cost of that about $210 billion a year. We have to do something about this, and we've used sin tax in the past for all sorts of reasons, like you mentioned, on alcohol, tobacco, gambling, and we use that in part of public policy to actually incentivize people for not doing certain things that are detrimental to all of us, and this is something that's an epidemic, so I'm all for it.
What's the difference between this and cigarettes?
Well, I really don't believe in sin taxes. This is a perfect example of government overreach, because if we're going to start with sodas and energy drinks, which is what they're targeting in this specific policy, then are we going to stop there? Are we going to start putting a tax on candy bars and cookies and other measures? Look, I don't drink carbonated drinks. I don't drink energy drinks. But I think those who do drink those should have that option without having to be penalized for it. It is a regressive tax. Those people who are in lower socioeconomic stratas, we've seen that. We've seen studies. We've talked about this before. They do consume more of these drinks than others, so they will be hit the worst. But my question is, if we're going to start putting penalty on people who are drinking sodas and energy drinks, we're not going to stop there. We're going to continue to go on.
But when we know the health concerns that are caused specifically by these drinks, what's wrong with saying, wait a minute, we're going to tax this so we have a funding mechanism to cover the health costs that are directly related to this? What's wrong?
We know the health concerns on alcohol. We know the health concerns on a lot of things. And if you consume them too much, we know you have to be able to control yourself. It's not the government's job to control us.
Let me go to Sally. She's monitoring our social media.
Okay, yeah, let's take a look at Twitter right now. A lot of comments are coming in on this one throughout the week here. This person says, congrats, Philly. Big Soda spent $5 million fighting it, and it passed a big health and revenue windfall. Says that the Philly soda tax is for health reasons. Why is diet soda with zero sugar included? Just another tax, folks. A lot of doctors would say diet soda has health concerns as well. The American Heart Association pointing out that the average American consumes 39 pounds of sugar a year from sugary drinks, and that it's time for a change. And then a purposeful wife says soda isn't good for you, but you know what's worse? A government that thinks it knows what's best for your health.
I like that.
She's not happy.
Let me address that diet soda. The diet sodas actually are worse for you than the regular sodas with the chemicals that they use. And don't be confused, because they say it's 0 calorie. It's got just as much problems with the fake sugar they put in there as the regular drinks with the real sugar. It's no better for you, and so it doesn't do any good to switch. So Jackie says, look, you know, you're not going to stop here. You're going to start taxing all this stuff. You're just going to raise the price of these consumer goods, and that's not going to help anything. What's wrong with that?
I'll say this again. Nearly 70% of Americans are either obese or overweight. It costs us all nearly $210 billion. And we have used sin tax on alcohol, We tax it because we don't want people to drink alcohol as much. We tax tobacco because, again, we don't want people to smoke because it's a health risk. And sugar, especially sugary drinks, are really the #1 cause of obesity and type 2 diabetes. And if we don't do something about this, it's a national epidemic. And so it's time that we kind of come together on this, because, and I've heard arguments that it's a regressive tax. And yes, it is a regressive tax because you want it to be, because you want people at the lower socioeconomic level not to, incur obesity, because it prevents us from doing so many things.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. We'll be back in about, try that again. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with another really good topic.
Okay.